I was asked to do a presentation from the ISV point of view. Now, you heard Alex already say that we are basically in a double role here. So we are on one side an ISV, and on the other side we are also using APS to create bundles. So I'll talk a little bit about both of those, and just to give you more of an example of what our previous speakers talked about. And I think it will bring to life more what it actually, in real life, what APS brings us as an ISV and us as a distributor of different solutions to our customers. So let me put on screen. We talked about bundles before. Alex was saying that a lot of service providers are looking at ways to bundle software. So what we did within LuxCloud is create what we call the ultimate bundle of software. So we put in all these different pieces of software, cloud software, and distribute them as one bundle. So that's, on one side, we use APS to actually install and deploy all of these services to our customers. And on the other side, we have created an APS package for this bundle. So basically what you have is, we call it syndication, where anyone, a service provider that does not want to have all these different services on their own platform can actually take this bundle as a complete offer and rebrand it to their customers. So how does that, what is the end user? Because we've been talking a lot about more abstract notions today, but what does it actually bring to the customer? The end user, that's what our objective in the end is. All of us, we want to make it easier for end users and for administrators to start using our applications. So what you see here is basically the control panel, or the it's just a web page basically, but underneath basically are all the different APS packages. So if a new customer, if a new user comes onto our platform and needs to be provisioned, basically the administrator can select which applications he wants that user to have access to, and they will then be deployed specifically for that user. Now the great thing is, that deploying those services, that's not so special. You can do that yourself. But the great thing is that with APS, it's basically brought together by a single sign-on all these different applications. So from an end user experience, it is basically you log in once, and then you have access to all these cloud applications. Now, our model is basically to get, on one side, known and trusted applications, big brands, Microsoft, and on the other side, add to that specific applications for specific people inside of the company or inside of a region. So we're now talking with, for instance, an Indonesian company who have created an HR system, and they want to bundle their HR system with our selection of services. And that's basically what APS is allowing us to do, because all we have to do is ask them, okay, can you make your cloud application APS standard compliant, and then we can just plug it in here. So just to give you an idea how much easier my job as a product development guy or a product management guy has become through APS is that CakeMail, which is an email marketing system, it took us half a day to integrate this solution technically and half a day commercially. Now that is, so in one day, we basically were able to add this solution. Now, granted, this solution runs in a data center in Canada. It's a hosted solution, so we didn't have to put up any hardware or any other software. But still, it just gives you an idea how much easier service providers can then bundle your software and get it out there without, and CakeMail is a great example because they offer a freemium model. So we basically offer this product for free with all our customers who sign up for instance, Exchange. We say, okay, you get this for free, and they can try it out. They just click on it, try it out, and then if they like it, then there's an upsell ability inside of the platform to say, okay, you can now get not the free version, but the paid version of this software. So the upgrade path and the upgrade possibility is also inside of APS. So it's creation of services, it is deletion of services, it is upgrading services, downgrading services, and getting status information about that service. So from an ISV point of view, we've now bundled that whole stack to anybody out there in the field who has a platform that is APS enabled, to just take it and start reselling that service and bundle that service. So that's a real example of how APS makes, on one side, our life a lot easier to bundle new services, and on the other side, also to bring it out to other companies. So I was just saying to Alex, we had a new record of, we also do our own APS development, of course, and we had a new record last week of 4 hours of actual development time to create. It was an existing product, but it took two of our guys 4 hours to create the APS package for that new service. So, and these guys are pretty experienced. So someone who's just starting obviously won't do that in 4 hours. But it's just to give you an idea that once you have adopted the standard and once you have, once you are in that mindset, it is very quick. It can go very quickly, and you can have that package ready to deploy, in a matter of weeks instead of, months or years. So if you look at the sales model that we use, and that basically is possible also with the APS, is that you have customers over there, end customers, who go through a channel, and that's either a hosting partner, a telco, or a value-added reseller. And as said, there are literally hundreds of thousands of these trusted advisors out there. And especially if you're talking to SMBs, who does an SMB trust? Does he go online to select his CRM himself? You see the IT or the CEO of a small and medium business go online and select that piece of software themselves. No, they don't. They ask someone, their trusted advisor, to do it for them, to advise them about that. And that's, I think, also the power of APS, is that it allows basically for that reseller layer to be there to give the advice to the SMB and then use a service from us or from any other provider, the great thing is they can bundle through APS a solution which is hosted in Canada. With one click, you log into a solution that is hosted here in Singapore, and another, you have a solution which is hosted somewhere else. And that really makes the cloud business, as it was meant to be, easy. Some applications you want locally, some applications you don't care that they are provided from the US or from wherever, and some applications you need to have locally. So that's the model. And I think that our partnership with, for instance, Parallels, who does a great job in promoting APS. Once you have an APS package, as an ISV, Parallels is actually bringing us 70% of our customers currently come through that channel, because they have that very broad reach, and they get a lot of requests from their channel asking them, do you have a solution for this, or do you have a solution for that? And that's I think a very big component to any standard. It is great to have a standard. I mean, technically anybody can create a standard, but having someone like Parallels driving that adoption and driving the knowledge of that throughout the world is also needed. And I think that is a great mix that APS is offering.